Yes, in the last class we have learned this concept that yes, in the last class we have learned the package programs that contains addition of two numbers, right? I hope you have done this subtraction of two number and some multiplication of two number by using this. Well, let me explain once again this program. So package add, in the sense what you have to supposed to create, you have to create a folder in JDK 1.4 bin folder. You have to create a add folder. Okay, in the add folder you have to store this source code, and it has to be stored inside the add folder. That add folder should be present in bin folder. Okay, that bin folder should be present in JDK 1.4. Here we are processing the addition of two number. What is the logic for processing of addition of two number? By using the methods, we are returning the value. Okay, now this is the source code to process the data, right? So we have to pass a and b value, and we have to call this method. For doing this, I am creating one more class file. This is the source code. This source code will be going to be storing in your bin folder. Okay, in bin folder, how I am storing daemon1, because it consists of a main method. Got it? So first I am creating the input object. Next I am declaring variables. Next I am writing output statement. We have to read the value of input, and whatever we are reading from the keyboard, it is a string. We have to forcefully convert into integer because we have declared integer data type. We have to enter the value for b. We are displaying the output statement, and we have to read the value from the keyboard, that is a string, forcefully converting into integer, and you are storing in this value. Now by using the third variable, you are calling this method. How you are calling? Through the object of that class. If you create the object of that class only, you can call, right? Object dot add method. So you are calling this method, and you are supplying the value whichever you have supplied through from the keyboard. Got it? So it will process here, and it will return some value, and it will display. So this program we have learned in your last program, last session. Now we are moving to the packages and member access. Let us see what is the packages and member access. The visibility of element is determined by its access specification: private, public, protected, private, public, protected, or default, and then package in which it resides. So the visibility, in the sense, if you want to access the package content, then we have to suppose to look it over what is the access specification we have provided in that package. Suppose if you mention it as a private, you are unable to access it. If it is a public, you can access. If it is a protected, public means anybody can access. Protected means the member with some restriction, right? It may be in the range of public and private. Got it? So let us just see the visibility of an element is determined by its visibility within a class and its visibility within package. Okay, so if I want to identify the visibility of an element, I have to check what is the visibility of element within a class and what is the visibility of element within a package. Now let us see. Here I am taking private members, default members, protected members, and public members. Okay, so while doing the package program, it is supposed to specify the keyword public. Even the method is also you have to supposed to mention public. If you don't mention the public, then you are unable to access this outside of the class. Got it? So let us see. Visible within a same class. If a private members, you can access within that same class. If the default member also, you can access within the same class. If it is a protected member also, you can access within the same class. If it is a public member, it is also can be accessible within the same class. Visible within same package by subclass. Visible within same package by subclass. But if you are defined the class or method as a private, it is not visible within the same package or by its subclass. But by the default members, it is visible, so you can access. For the protected members also you can access, for the public members also you can access. Okay, visible within same package by non subclasses. So I'm not using the subclass concept because subclass concept means inheritance, right? Non subclasses means not an inheritance concept, right? It is not visible even if you want to access outside of the class, right? Non subclasses means it is nothing but not an inheritance program, right? And next, it is a default member is S, protected member is S, and public member is S. It means you can access outside of the class also, right? Even if it is not an inheritance concept, you can inherit that element, that variables, that methods. Got it? Visible within different packages and by subclasses. So if it is visible within the different package and by its subclass, private members are not accessible, default members is also not accessible, but protected and public can be accessible. Okay, so if you are maintaining the source code in your folder like last program as an add, you can able to access the element. Please observe here, if you even not specify as the public, you can access because you have made the class as a public, right? So you can access this method, you can access the elements. Got it? Yes. So it is possible in the case of a protected member as well as public members. Visible within different package by non subclasses. So different packages. I'm having addition. You have done add. I have done add program. Suppose you try subtraction, multiplication, and division. You are giving the same name. Please observe here. In the here, what you have done? Here you have mentioned as class add, and here the package is sub. Got it? Package is a sub, and here are the sub. Okay, package is right. Likewise, you can create n number of packages, and by non subclasses, these private members, default members, protected members are not accessible, but public members are accessible. Got it? And now, understanding protected members. Let me see how to understanding this protected members. The protected modifier creates a member that is accessible within its package and to subclass in another package. If you specify any member as a protected member, means your variables are methods. Okay, your members are means your variables or method. If you make it as an protected, you can be accessible within its package, within that folder, and to subclasses in other packages. Whatever the other subclasses which are existing in some other folder, whatever the subclasses whichever exist in some other packages can also access. It is just means protected means is just like as a friend, right? For example, let us say your friend is my friend, okay, but my friend is not your friend. Are you catching my point? Please observe, you are my friend, I am having other friends also, right? Got it? You are my friend and other friends of my friends, maybe your friend, may not be your friends. Are you catching my point? So this is the protected member. Let us check once again what is the protected members. Got it? Your friend is friend of you, but you is my friend, but I am not your friend's friend. Got it? Please understand the logic. Okay, for example, I am taking in your class some x. Okay, some x is having within the college friends and outside the college friends. Okay, got it? Yes, for example, I am treating you are my friends. Got it? And I am also having my own friends, right? Until unless I introduce them, till to that you are not become my friend of his friend, my friend of his friend. Got it? So this is the access specification. Okay, Your friend is your friend and you are my friend. Then what does it mean? Please observe here. This is the protected members. Your friend is your friend and you are my friend. Whether who is my friend is you. Your friend is not a friend of me. Okay. How long? Until unless you introduce me or we built a bond. Got it? Okay. Just think in a logic way. Think in a logic way. So that is the same thing we are explaining, understanding protected members. In the protected members is also same thing. What we are doing here is also specifying you are the public and protected. For example, you are having your own class friends and also you are having other class friends also. Okay, other class friend is not your friend's friend until unless you introduce him. Okay, other class is another folder, another package. In another package you are referring one of a friend, then that is an element, right? Until unless you introduce him. Okay, you must be present. That is the access specification of a protected member. Thus, a protected member is available for all subclasses to use but is still protected from arbitrary access by code outside its package. Okay, now let us see one simple example. Package book pack. What does I have to do? I have to create a folder name with book pack. Okay, and I have to store these code in that book pack folder only. Okay, now I am writing the class. Okay, what is the name of the class? Book. How I am defining? Public. In that I am declaring the members, variables. How I am declaring the variables? Protected. Protected string, whether it is visible. Let me zoom it. Here you are seeing package book pack. What does it mean? In JDK folder, bin folder, you have to create one more folder called as book pack. In book pack folder, which file you have to supposed to store? Book file. Book.java file you have to supposed to store, right? Then how you are defining this book class? As a public. Okay, as a public. In this, what you are defining? You are defining the variables. You are declaring the variables. What are the variables you are declaring? Title as a string, author as a string, publication date as an integer, and all these variables are protected. If it is a protected means, what does it mean? Just now I have told, right? So it is the same thing. Okay, clear? Your college friend is different and your resident friend is different. So your college friend, if you meet your residence friend, then they becomes the friends. Okay, then you have to supposed to introduce him. So that is the access specification, right? That is the protected specification. Now I am building one constructor. That constructor, how I am saying, what is the name of the class? Book. So within the name of a book, I am constructing the methods. Whatever the variable we have declared, I am taking the parameters and I am assigning that parameters to this above declared variable. If you see here, this constructor method is also declared as a public. This constructor method is also declared as a public. Okay, now we are having show method. In show method, I am displaying the title, author and publication date. System.out.println means it is an output statement, right? Whatever the value you have supplied, that value will be stored in this variable. That value will be displayed according to your requirement. Okay, now here the method ends and here the class ends. And where we have to supposed to store this program? We have to supposed to store this program in book pack folder with the name of book.java. Got it? Yes. So that's it. Here we are explaining. Okay, so this is the class we have created. We will see the continuation of this program. Here we are having the continuation of this program. Okay, let us see here now. So in the book pack we have stored some source code, that is a book class file, right? What is the name of the class file we have stored? Book.java. Now I am writing one more package. So what is the package I'm writing? Bookpackxt. Okay, what is the package I'm creating? Bookpackxt. So what else we have to supposed to do? In bin folder we have to create one more folder. What is the name of the folder? Bookpack extension. Okay, ext. Right, so it is a package, right? In this we have to supposed to store these source code. Okay, now let us see what is the name of the class. What is the name of the class? Ext book, extend book. Extends, I'm using the keyword. What does the extends means? You are inheriting. What you are actually inheriting? Bookpack.book. Already we have created the bookpack folder. In that, book source code is there. So you are inheriting that class in this class. You are inheriting this class in this class. Got it? Simply says, for example, this is you and you are inheriting your friend from another class. Got it? Means you are accessing. That's it. You are inheriting means you are not inheriting, you are just accessing. Clear? And here I am specifying the private variables string publisher. I am declaring publisher as string variable. Okay, it can be accessible within this class only. You can access within this class only. Right, now I'm constructing one constructor of this extend book, right? So with the name of the class I'm building the method, then automatically it is called as a constructor. So if you want to access the constructor through from the package, it must be public. It must be public. So here I am using 4 parameters. Why? Because it is also inheriting this class file, bookpack.book file, right? So in this book.book file one constructor is there, right? If you are inheriting means you have to supposed to use a super method. What is the super method? By using this super method you are what actually supplying? You are supplying the base class constructor. You are initializing the base class constructor through from subclass constructor. What is the purpose of super method? To initialize the base class constructor through from subclass constructor. Okay, so here T title, A author, D date of a publish, and here the publisher, right? Here the 4th parameter I am taking for this variable. Okay, now I am calling the void show method. There is also void show method is there, and here also void show method is there. Please observe here. I'm coming here the void show method is there, and here also void show method is there. Okay, now yes, observe here void show method. In the void show method what you are actually using? Super keyword, right? What is the purpose of super keyword? You can access base class method super dot show. So you are calling that method and you are displaying the title of the book, author of the book, date, publisher. That is the thing is there. And in this class it consists of a publisher. That publisher you are printing, right? Afterwards you are declaring 2 more methods in this. Let us see what methods you are defining. So public string get publisher, public string get publisher. Okay, so we are the method mentioning the method. Whoever calling this method, it will returns the publisher. And one more method I'm taking public void set publisher. You are setting the publisher string p, you are taking the parameter, and for the publisher you are assigning that p value. Okay, so that 2 method and some more of methods are I'm using. Public string get title method, whoever calling it will return the title. Set a title method, whoever calling you are setting the title. And get author method, you are returning the author. Set author method, you are setting the author. Okay, all these are the methods you are placing in which class? You are mentioning in book extend book. Okay, whenever we are calling this method it will access, right? Access to books member is allowed for subclasses. Now afterwards I'm closing here. It means the class comes an end, right? Whether the class comes an end? Yes. So here it starts, here it ends. But in both classes we do not have any main method. This is one package source code and this is one package source code. So it should be stored within a extend book where I have to supposed to store book packet folder. And what is this? Book source code, where I have to supposed to store in book pack. Okay, now I'm coming here another class. No, yes, I'm creating one more class. This class should be stored in, this class should be stored in, where should be stored? This class should be stored in bin folder, not in book pack folder or extend book folder, book packet folder. Okay, yes. Now what is the name of the file? What is the name of the class? Protect demo. In this I am defining the main method. In the main method I am creating the object of extension book. Why? Because it is inheriting the books class, right? For this, what I am defining, I am creating arrays of books. What I am defining? Sorry, arrays of an object. For extension book class, where it present? It will present in, X book is present in book packet X, and here book pack is present as in a book class. Okay, book packet X consists of extension book. Okay, now I'm creating one more class file. That name of the class file is a protect demo. It consists of a main method. In the main method, what actually you are creating? You are creating the object of, extension book. Okay, so it is an array of object. How many object you are creating for these class? 5 object. Here it has specifies the size of a 5. In the 0th location of this class, you are storing, while creating you are storing Java a beginner's guide as a title, and here the skills is the author, 2011 is the date, and McGraw-Hill is the publisher. These 4 parameters will be supplied in your extend book constructor, automatically initialized. Got it? In the books one of we are taking the another object. In the another object you are storing these information. In another object you are storing these information. In another object you are storing these informations. Okay, got it? Afterwards, now we are writing for loop. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I less than books dot length. For int I is equal to 0, I less than books dot length. So what is the length of a books? How many array of object we have created? 5, right? So now I am using this nested for loop to display the content, right? To display the content, I am writing the for loop. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I less than books dot length, and I plus plus. Now if the condition is true, what I am doing? Books of I dot show. So in your books extent, it consists of a show method. It will once again call base class. In that base class, it consists of a author, title, author, publish, date publishing, and next publishers, right? So it will print whatever the value we have assigned, it will be print. Okay, now we want to find our book. Here we are writing one more logic, right? Find books by author. So we have to find books by author. For that I am writing the same for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than books dot length, condition true, it will be enter. Now I am writing one more logic. We have to compare, right? Books of I, what is the books of I? 0 dot get author. So already we have created get author method. Get author method in above. So here the get author method is there, right? Here the get author method is there, right? Clear? So you are calling this method. Okay, now you are calling this method. So whenever you are calling get author equal to skills, I am checking whether 0th location, whether the author is a skills. Is it true? If it is true, you are accessing the books of 0 dot get title. What is the books of 0 dot get title? Java a beginner's guide. Okay, so you are accessing that through from above method. So here it will return the title. Got it? That the title is Java a beginner's guide. Okay, So next, books of zero.title is not accessible. Please observe here, it will give an error. Why? Books of zero.title is not accessible because it is the protected field, not allowed by non-subclasses. Okay, hence it is a protected one. It is not possible. That is why it is not possible. That is why we have placed the code in comment line. It is not possible. Clear? So you have to refer this program thrice. You can understand. Otherwise, you can make a head or tail. Now that's it about your packages. So packages are very important. And next our concept is interface. Yes. Next our concept is interface. Interface is basically a kind of a class. Okay, this is a very important topic. Once this topic is finished, we will come to I will explain your part A programs. Okay, so this is a very important concept. Okay, like classes, interface can contain methods and variable, but with a major difference. So it is similar to your class but with major differences. Then we will see what is that major differences. Got it? So that major differences means here we are having variable declarations as well as method declarations. Variable declarations as well as method declarations. Variable initialization is also possible, but method declarations are there, but you are not developing that methods. Okay, so let us see here. So once again you observe here, the difference is that interface define only abstract methods and final fields. It consists of abstract methods and final fields. This means that interfaces do not specify any code to implement these methods, and the data field contains only constants. So it means in your interfaces variable declarations and initialization is possible, method declaration is possible, but implementing of that method is not possible. Why? Then what is the importance of these interfaces? If you observe the importance of interfaces, Java doesn't directly supports multiple inheritance. Okay, Java doesn't directly supports. Yes, we are explaining this interface concept, right? Let me check this interface. Yes, this is our interface concept. Yes, let me run this. Okay, so interface is a very important concept because interface is a kind of a class where we are defining our data and methods. Okay, so data means your fields and method means your functionality. Method explains the functionalities. Okay, so now then what is the importance of these interfaces? Here we are defining the data members and member functions. Data members are final constants and member functions, so that is methods. It doesn't consist of any implement code, only you are declaring the member functions, methods. Okay, you are declaring the methods, it doesn't consist any implementation part. Got it? So let us see this syntax. Afterwards I will explain the importance. Okay, here the access is specified. Access may be public, private or protected or not used. It may be sometimes better to use public, sometimes it may be not be useful. Here the interface is like a keyword, just like is in a class, and you are giving the name of the class. Okay, name of the interface. Okay, it consists of a method declaration, only method declaration, that is treated as an abstract method. Okay, that is treated as an abstract method. Data type, method name, parameter list. Data type, method name, parameter list. Okay, so likewise you are doing. Clear? Now what exactly we are defining here, the method declarations are there, and here the variable declarations and initialization is possible. Whatever the variable you are initialized, it should be treated as a constant. Okay, it doesn't changes. It is a fixed value, it is a fixed, it doesn't changes. Clear? So now I'm explaining the importance of interfaces. The importance of interfaces is Java doesn't supports multiple inheritance. Java doesn't supports multiple inheritance. That is why we have to supposed to use interface. Then what do you mean by multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance means a base class is accessing the future of, sorry, a child class is accessing the future of more than one base class. Okay, a child class inherits more than one base class. For example, in left side I am mentioning it as a let me try, not a good painter. Let me check, is there any options? Let me take here. Okay, here it is there. I will take a pen. Okay, I'm drawing this. I may not be a good painter. This is one class. Let me draw here. Here the blank space is there, right? This is one class. This is one class. And this is one class. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I'm just taking class. This is A and this is B and this is a C. Okay, yes. Now multiple inheritance means C is the child class which is inheriting the feature of class A. So class A is acting as a base class. Class B is also acting as a base class and it is accessing by the C. Okay, this is the concept of multiple inheritance. Okay, yes, clear? So a child class is accessing more than one, inherits the features of more than one base class is called as multiple inheritance. Clear? Yes. Now, so that is the concept. So Java doesn't directly support that concept. To support that concept, we have to use this interface. Interface is just like as a class where it consists of final fields and abstract method. Final fields means constant variable declaration and initializations, and abstract method means member functions. Okay, where the member function declarations, it doesn't consist of developing code. Okay, implementation means developing code is not exist. Okay, now let us see a sample example here. Here the sample example is given. Let me check. Okay, let us see here. Public is access specifier, interface is the name of the keyword, and series is the name of the interface. Okay, while saving this file in your notepad, you are copying this notepad this code, and you have to save with the name of series.java. Why? Because it is a interface is also like a class. Okay, here you are declaring int get next and void reset method. Get next and reset method. Afterwards you are using void set start index. This is only variable method declarations where we are not having any implementation code. Okay, we are not developing these codes. Got it? We are declaring these methods. These kinds of method declarations as used in your interface for developing multiple inheritance concept. Okay, so this is one your example, and one more example here is there. Here item, what is the item? Name of the interface. Okay, here we are declaring two variables, that is a string variable name. I am storing the value as a fan, and integer variable code, and I am assigning 1001, and it is treated as a final. Final means constant, and also it is declared as a static. Okay, static final, clear. And you are calling display method, void display method. So you are declaring, right? So these values never changes. Whatever the variables you are specifying in the interface, that value never changes. Got it? And void display method declarations, by using this you are declaring the methods only. So it is possible in your interfaces, right? Now our next concept, these are the questions very important in your previous question paper, so just go through it. And also these are the very essential concept for your developing applications. Okay, so extending interfaces. So what is the usage of a keyword extend? Extends means you are inheriting, right? Extends means you are inheriting. Got it? Like classes interface can also be extended. Like classes interfaces can also be extended. That is, an interface can be sub-interfaced from other interfaces. Okay, you can inherit the features of another interface through sub-interface, right? The new sub-interface will inherit all the members of super interface in the similar to subclasses. Just like as in a subclass, the new sub-interface will inherit the property of super interface. To achieve this, we have to supposed to use the keyword extends. So to do that, we have to supposed to use the keyword as extends. Okay, now let us see how to develop the inheritance concept in interface. Okay, so for example, here interface name2. What is the name of the interface? Name2. Extends means inheriting. Which class it is inheriting? Name1. It consists of the body of a statement. Okay, so interface is just like as a keyword, and here it is declared the name of the interface is name2. Extends means it is inheriting, right? And it is inheriting the another interface. The interface name is name1. Got it? So here one simple example is given. Let me take that example. Okay, in the last class we have seen this extending interface. Here we are seeing this example. In this example, we have declared the variables and initialized these variables in this interface. Once again, let me explain this concept. Here the keyword interface and item constant. Interface, item constant. What is item constant? Name of the interface, right? Here int code is equal to 1001, string name is equal to fan. You are initialized, this will become as a final. So if you want to extend these features, then we are using the keyword extends. Now let us see interface item. It is a subclass, it is a base class. Item constant is a base interface and item is a sub interface, right? Extends means it is inheriting. Which interface it is inheriting? Item constants. If it is inheriting the item constants, then how you can say it is inheriting? By using the keyword extends. Okay, yes. Now in this interface item we are having void display method. Okay, final field declaration. So in interfaces it doesn't consist any code implementations. It only consists of field initializations, that is acting as a constants, and method declarations. Okay, so let us see here some example. One more example is given. Let us check here. What is the name of the interface here? Item constant. What here we are doing? Here we have assigned two variable with the values, and these two variables will act as a constant variable. It never changes. Okay, and we are writing one more interface. What is the name of the interface? Item methods. Okay, it consists of a method declaration. It doesn't consist of method implementations. Okay, method implementation means developing code. Only declaration is there. And now we are writing one more interface. What is the name of the interface? Item. Item extends item constants comma item methods. Extends means it can inheriting the another interface, right? So which interface it is inheriting? Item constant comma item methods. Item method means it is inheriting this interface. Got it? And now our next concept is implementing interface. This is a very important concept. In your previous question paper, it has been asked for many times. Define interface and how you can implement the interface. Okay, implementing of interfaces means you can inherit the super classes. Please observe here, not as an interface, it comes as a super class. If you are using the class concept and if you want to inherit the other class, then which keyword you are going to be using? Extends, right? Suppose that subclass wants to inherit the feature of interface, then you have to use keyword called implements. Okay, interfaces are also act as a super class. Then subclasses can be inherit the interface class by using the keyword implements. Okay, to understand the better concept, let us concentrate this syntax. Your class name. So your class is there, name of the class is there. If you are using the keyword implements means you are inheriting the concept of interface. You are inheriting the concept of interface by this class. Got it? So here the class name implements the interface name. Here it is given. For example, if class wants to inherit the another class, then which keyword we are using? Extends. If the class wants to inherit the interface, then which keyword we have to supposed to use? Implements. Okay, for better understanding, check here. Class followed by the class name, extends, super class, implements, interface 1 comma interface 2. What does it mean? This class is inheriting the base class as well as it also inheriting the features of interfaces, super classes. Interfaces are also acting as a super class. So if a class wants to inherit means, if the class wants to inherit interface means we have to supposed to use the keyword implements. Okay, so it consists of the body of a class and developing code. Clear? So to understanding this concept, we are having one sample program. Let us see this sample program. Here first interface area. What is the name of the interface? Area. Here what actually I am doing? Within this I am declaring one variable. What is the name of the variable? Float pi. Pi I am declaring as a float variable. It is a static and final, and I am initializing it 3.14. So this value never changes. Okay. So here I am taking the name of the interface is area. You should write all this code within a one single notepad. Okay. Now float compute. I am declaring the name of the method. I am taking two parameters. Okay. Float x comma float y. So method declaration will done. Right. What is the definition of interface? Interface is a collection of final fields and abstract method. Final fields means constant variable declaration and abstract method means method declarations. Right. Here the interface ends. I am writing one more class. Now I am writing the class. What is the name of the class? Rectangle. What is the area of a formula of a rectangle? Length into breadth. Okay. So class rectangle implements. Implements means it is inheriting. Which interface it is inheriting? Area interface. Okay. This features are inheriting by this class. So whatever the method here is exists, I am developing here now. By using this method, by inheriting this method, I am developing that code. Okay. So public float compute. I am taking it as a public float compute float x comma float y, whatever the parameters exist. Okay. And I am returning x into y. What is the area of rectangle? Length into breadth. Right. X into y. Whenever I am calling these class object and any method, that method can be inherited from these interface. Okay. Yes. So here the class rectangle ends and I'm writing the class circle. Yes. Class circle implements area. Class circle implements area. It means you are taking the class circle. It is also inheriting the area interface. So As we know, what is the area of circle? Pi r square, right? I'm using the same above method, public float compute. I'm developing here according to my requirement. What is my requirement? Circle, right? Float x comma float y is there. In this, I will supply only one parameter. I don't want to use another parameter. Okay, so return pi into x into x. So pi r square, area of a circle. Here the class circle ends. Whether is there any main method here? No. Here no, right? So now I'm writing one more class. The name of the class is interface test. What is the name of a class? Interface test. Here it consists of a main method, right? Public static void main string is a main method. Now I'm creating the object for rectangle class. So already we are having rectangle class. For rectangle class, I'm creating the object rect. So if you are using new rectangle, you are using new keyword means you are creating that object, right? For circle class, you are creating the object as a CIR, right? Next, for area interface, you are declaring the variable. Not you are creating the object, you are declaring the object. Okay? You are declaring the variable. That variable points to the rectangle object. How you can say? Because I am storing in this area variable rect. So it points to the rectangle object. After pointing to the rectangle object, what it is doing, we will see here an output statement, right? Here while displaying, I am processing some statement. While displaying, I am processing some statement. What is that? Area of rectangle is equal to plus area dot compute. Area of rectangle I'm displaying. While displaying, I am calling that method. I'm computing. Okay, area dot compute method. I'm calling that compute method. Where does that compute method exist? In rectangle. Where does that rectangle method inherits that method? Through from interface, right? I'm supplying the value of 10 comma 20. What is the area of a rectangle? 10 into 20, x into y, right? Return x into y, it will returns 200. And once again, I'm using area variable to assign this circle object. After assigning this circle object, this area variable will point circle object, and while displaying, I'm computing. Area.compute 10 comma 0. So it is taking as an x value. As we know, what is the area of a circle? Pi r square, pi into x into x is exist, that is a 3.14 into 100, that is a 314. You are getting the output. Clear? So likewise, you can evaluate these kinds of programs using interface. Got it? So if you observe here, your interface area is the base class, interface rectangle is a child class, interface circle is a child class. How you can say? Because it is inheriting this base class, right? So if you are using the keyword implements, means you are inheriting the interface in class concept. If you are using the extensive keywords in classes, means you are inheriting the classes of another class. Okay, if you are using the extends keywords in interfaces, means you are inheriting the interfaces of another interface. Got it? So likewise, we are explaining here. One more program is there. This program you have to supposed to write. If you don't write, please go through this program. Okay, I'm already placed a simple program. Here one more program is there. Let me check. Here public interface series. What is the name of our interface? Series. Here the three methods we have declared: int get next, void reset, void set start of index. These are the method declaration. Here the end of your interface. Now I am writing the class. What is the name of the class? By2s. The name of the class is By2s. It implements series, means it is inheriting this interface. Okay, here I am declaring two variables, int start, int val. And By2s of a method means it is a constructor. For the constructor, this variable is assigned as 0, and I am developing this method. Okay, please observe here, get next, reset, set start. I am developing get next method. In the get next method, I'm developing this code. Okay, every time if you call this get next method, every time the value will be incremented by 2. Initially it is 0, 0 plus 2, 2. Next time if you call 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, likewise. Okay, and next I'm developing the reset button, public void reset method. Okay, public void reset method for val, I'm giving the start value. Okay, so whatever is the start value, it will be assigned as 0 if you reset. And I'm implementing public void set start method. Public void set start method of index. So in start, I'm giving the starting point, and value, I'm giving the value point as a parameter. Okay, and next I'm writing, to understanding this better concept, here the class by2 ends, it is inheriting the interface. Okay, inheriting this interface, and these methods are implemented in this class. Now I am writing one more class. Name of the class is a series demo. Here it consists of a main method. For by2's class, you are creating the object. What is the name of a by2's? OB. Now let us see, I am writing one for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than 5. So how many times this loop will execute? 5 times. Okay, so condition is true. While displaying, I'm calling ob.getNext method. So ob.getNext method means comes here, it is inheriting this interface, and comes here, value becomes a 2, and return value is 2. First time it will return 2. Next time I will be incremented, next time it become 4, next time 6, next time 8, and next time 10. Clear? So likewise this for loop is executed. Okay, next I am writing one more output statement, system.out.println starting at 100, starting at 100, ob.setStart. So I am calling this method ob.setStart. It becomes now x value as a 100, and start value is 100, and value is also 100. Afterwards, setting that value as 100, I am writing the same above for loop for the 5 times. It will call this method, and it will display 100 plus 2, 102, 104, 106, 108, and 110 for the 5 times. Clear? So this is the output of that program. Okay, yes sir. Hope you understand this concept. We will continue in another class.